All right. Hi, I'm Debbie. If I've never met you before, which I see most people, I know Nikki, you're pretty new, but I can't remember. We might have met at a meeting though. Um, but I think most people so far I've met. But if I haven't met you before, I'm Debbie. I'm one of your uplines and welcome. We have changed meetings up a little bit that we are doing our leader meeting just before this, and then we hop on this one right after. So we can hopefully keep people from having two Mondays that they have to dedicate, which is great. So, because I know Color Street is offering a lot of calls, so I'm trying to minimize everyone doesn't have all this stuff every evening. So welcome to our team monthly call. I'm super excited today. We have, as everyone, let me see if I have all five on. We have Dana, we have Darlene, we have Janice, we have Cindy, and we have Haley. We are not doing recognition on this call. I will do it separately, live and beautifully polished. But I do want to recognize these five ladies because they're about to talk to you. And they're going to talk to you about how they have gotten customers, how they got their sales, and how they're going to be working to get sales for this holiday season. And they're the people you want to hear from. Haley Cameron, number one on our team this month, who's working very hard to get to that Unite to Ignite, had $5,039 in sales. Darlene LaVoy, 3,802. Janice Hayes, 3,683. Cindy Dom, 3,259. And Dana Sturm, 2,668. I mean, these are not ladies to mess with. They know what they're doing to get sales. So we're going to start the meeting right off by them giving us advice and sharing what they did to get those sales and how they do their reach outs. So I know Janice has a very busy dog business, so she's going to jump right in and start first for us.
Yes. Hello, everyone. If you don't know, I'm Janice Hayes. I really struggle making Monday calls because this is my crazy day. So I have to run off after this. But if you ever have questions or want to know information, just message me. I'm happy to talk about it when I can. Um, but I will say consistency is your best friend. I am above all things, I am consistent. I am very intentional with my time. I do not have a lot of free time. I have a full-time business that I work 12 to 15 hours a day on. It does not give me time to sit down and just scroll Facebook. So I just want to say, if you think working is scrolling Facebook, you're wrong. So change your ways. That is number one. So I touch my business every day. That scheduler is your best friend. So if you have a VIP group or you have Canva, you can schedule posts, you can schedule anything like that. Engaging with your audience is what social media is about. And you have to be social on social media, number one. Two, going live. So since I started in 2020, I have gone live in my group every single week. I've never missed a week, whether I've been overseas, whether I've been on the road. I make sure I go live because my people are trained to know that I'm going to go live, give some kind of tip, show some new sets, do the things. So I have trained them that way. But I don't just go live in my group. I go live in stories. I'll go live on my main page. I will do reels. I'm not a professional at anything other than showing dogs. When it comes to your nails, you get to make up what you're going to teach people about it. You get to decide what helped you and share that information. So there's no right or wrong. The faster, the better. So if you make a quick one, I mean, there's apps that can like speed your video up. Like you can talk over them. You can just slap music over them and write it. But those little things, but showing your face connects you to people. So just really know that. I know it's scary. I used to want to puke every time I was hitting the live button. It was scary for me. I'm much more comfortable on these things now, but in the beginning I wasn't. I was scared to talk on it. It was weird. I felt ridiculous talking to my face. It's weird. It gets better with time. You get used to it. So just do it messy. Talk like you would talk to your best friend. and that people relate to that. So truly, I know it sounds simple, but it's true. I try to educate people along the way. So what tips have you found work for you? What tips have you known that, sorry, a black cat just ran by my house. And I'm just like, wrong house, cat. You want to go somewhere else. Okay. See, squirrel. So educating people and teaching them or learning with them. Like, I don't know what all this new ridges and, filler and all that. I don't know. We didn't get educated yet. We're going to learn together. And that's what I tell my customers. We're going to learn together. And so as soon as I get it, I'm going to slap it on. I'm going to show them what I find to be the difference. I'm going to take photos of it and see differences, all of that. Like, that's how you learn with people. And that's when people start telling you, oh, well, I found this to work, or I don't know if that's going to work for mine. And you can start giving educated, answers, because I don't know what's going to be better than the strengthening serum or the nail strengthener. It's going to be different for everyone. So all you can do is speak on your experience, and then your customers can share their experience. My best post in my group right now is pinned to the top of my mascara testimonials. Those people sell it for me. I don't even have to sell it. They just sell it right there for me. I don't have to say anything. I'm like, oh, if you're not sure about the mascara, go look at this post and just read along. You'll find someone you can relate to. So doing things like that and making a community is great. Genuinely connecting with people. If you're out there for the sale, people feel that, and it feels dirty. I'm never out there for the sale. I'm out there to see how I can help solve somebody's problem. And if they happen to buy, great. If not, they're going to eventually. Eventually, we'll have something that they will want. Like, half the people that stopped doing their nails and went back to the salon, cool. But guess what? They don't have nail serum. They don't have cuticle cream. They don't have the things at the salons that we have now. So those are the things that you can revisit old customers or just finding new customers. There's so many things. And the makeup, I'm still learning makeup. I have to watch videos to learn makeup. I threw up a video today. I had 3 sales from my makeup video today. Like, they're like, oh, I could try that. The balms. Okay, I can try that. So just know that when you do things that help people see it in a relatable way, they will buy. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be the next day. But if you're consistent, like, people know now in my business that I'm the go-to if they have a nail question, because I'm the nail girl in dog shows. I have put myself up there and I make sure I talk about it all the time. I'm not in your face. When I'm doing my job, I'm not talking about my nails. It's just not. But people will come up to me while I'm in the ring and show me their nails while I'm doing my job. Like, but they know that they can go to me. So it's just, but I've built those relationships over time. And I think that's so important, that you're just not out for the sale. You're not just being spammy. That when you do a poll in your stories, you connect with those people. If they took the time out of their day to hit strengthener or lip gloss or lipstick, if they took the time out of their day to vote, you take the time out of your day to say, thanks for voting. If you like lip gloss, you might want to see what's in our December box. Like that, just little things, but I be intentional with that time. Use that scheduler, use the polls and stuff, but make sure you carve out, if you're going to do a poll, carve out 15 minutes to follow up with everyone that follows up with that poll. Because that's connections is what leads to sales. My sales don't happen overnight. It's from 3 years of every day touching my business. And it truly, that's been the biggest way that I've built my business. All right, I'll stop rambling now. I feel like that's long. Any questions?
No, that's great, Janice. Great advice.
Janice, I just want to say, you told me that you were very shy too in the beginning. So like, you wouldn't know it now, but I think it's a great testament to like you just loving the product and you wanting to share it with people. Cause I think, like you would not know it now that you're.
Well, that's the thing. It's like in person, I'm weird. I am awkward.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Big crowds freak me out. Like it really causes anxiety. I have to like take my time. People that have gone to conference know all of a sudden I snuck out the back door because I people too much. Like that, protect your space, but know that when you do things consistently, it gets easier. So thanks for saying that, totally, because I still feel really awkward doing things, but you just get used to it and you just start doing it.
That's a great thing about our business, though. So many people feel that way about themselves, but you get put in this environment and you can grow and flourish even at those skills too, right? Let
Yeah.
alone our business skills and
anybody can do it if they just find what works for them and just and tries different things to see what works. I've tried the other things that people suggest. It doesn't work for me. And I'm like, okay, wipe that off next. Let's see what idea works next. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. I took a lot of notes. All right. Thanks, Janice. I know you have to get back to your dogs.
Yep, I'll listen to the recording. So good luck, everybody.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on.
All right, no problem. Bye.
Bye. All right, ladies. Who wants to go next? Cindy, how's your voice doing?
If I could go next, that would be great because I won't be able to talk long.
Yeah, poor Cindy has a cold and sore throat, and she's willing to talk to us too.
I sound better than last week at this time. I could barely squeak, so I'm improving. But I'm Cindy. I live in South Dakota. If anybody, I know a lot of faces on here I know, but not there's a lot that I don't as well. But I would just echo a lot of the things that Janice said. You know, it was funny when you messaged me about talking, I immediately said to my husband, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't do anything special. I'm just doing the things. And then I kind of replied back to
stop you right there. Yes, you do.
Oh, let me continue. So then I responded back to Debbie and I'm like, I mean, I guess I can, but I don't feel like I'm doing anything special. I'm just doing the things. But a couple notes that I took, nothing earth shattering here. I'm telling you, it's not doing things special. It's just doing the things over and over and over. Like she said, consistency. You have to, if you ask my family how Color Street fits into my life, sorry, they will tell you that it's part of my daily routine just as much as brushing my teeth. Absolutely. Like the first thing I do when I get up in the morning, I get up extra early because I work a full-time job. But I get up extra early and that is my Color Street time in the morning. I schedule my posts for the day. I might message a couple people like, did you get your order? Or, you know, how are you liking your mascara? Those kind of things. I oftentimes don't get responses till much later because sometimes those people are still in bed, which is fine. One of the things Maisha taught us when we were at Unite to Ignite, I think it was, Dana would remember this, is to inform and inspire. And I think Janice touched on this too. Like you can't force people to shop from you, right? You inform them, you inspire them by showing them the product and show your use of the product and how much you love it. And then you build relationships. When she was talking, I happened to think, so I don't do a lot of lives on my personal page. I have done a few, trying to do more like the live, what am I trying to say? I can't see, my brain is foggy. Reels. Thank you. There it is. The reels and stuff. But it's interesting. Way back when I started, one of my husband's cousin's wives, I had messaged her like, hey, Charlene, would you mind doing a party for me? And she's like, no, I've tried those nail strips. I don't like them. They don't work for me. Okay, fine. Never said another word to her about it. Well, recently I was posting, of course, about all of our new products. And guess who placed an order yesterday for the trio, the filler, the plumping and the matte finish. Charlene did. Haven't heard from her in 4 years, and she placed an order yesterday. But they're watching. Same with, I had another gal here in town early on. I had messaged her, hey, I'm starting this. Would you be interested? Oh man, I'd love to, but I'm allergic to nail polish. No problem. If you ever need anything, let me know. Well, just today I delivered her a lip balm. 4 years later. Honestly, never had heard from her. So you just have to keep putting it out there. inspire, inform, and build relationships. I think that's ultimately the most important thing. Some of the like actual things that I do, like I said, I post often. I post really often in my VIP group every day. Doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing. I'm posting in my VIP group because, like you said, she said you can schedule all that. And then those private messages, it's not just about posting your messages or your posts either. You have to, again, comment back. Like if somebody comments, oh yeah, I got my order today and I got this in it. Oh, what was your favorite thing? I mean, just have a conversation in those posts, and other people then will see those conversations because it does two things. It lifts your post back up to the top, right? Makes it more visible. And you build a relationship with the person, and probably somebody else will start piping in and having a conversation as well. So I think those are some of the biggest things. I'm going to get there. The other thing I will say, you asked about what do I have planned coming up? Honestly, I'm kind of spontaneous a little bit. I will scroll like the original graphics group or something and come across something. I'll be like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to do that. Like, and 10 minutes later, I'll have my own graphic and like, I've got it ready to go. So I will say I don't do a lot of planning out, mostly because, we get surprised from Color Street sometimes, right? We don't always know what's coming till a few days before. So I don't like to like plan a big sale and have a bunch of stuff on hand, and then they release something and now I have all the stuff that I can't sell. So I really honestly don't plan out real far ahead. I'll probably do some holiday bundles coming up from my stash. I don't do a lot of vendor shows. There just aren't that many around here in South Dakota. And so I don't keep a lot of inventory, but I don't know. Those are just some of the things I'll probably do upcoming, is some bundles, maybe a punch your price sale or something like that. I've had success with those. So I guess that's all I got. Otherwise, I'll just keep rambling and my voice will continue to deteriorate. So thanks for having me.
That was great. And I so appreciate you with your sore throat. Oh my gosh, you poor thing. But yeah, I mean, as you've heard now from two people, consistency is key. But I'm glad you went through kind of what you do daily too. That was great to hear the different things you do daily. Because I think sometimes people want to do things and they sit down and they don't know what to do, which is why they scroll. So I loved hearing what you do every day with your check-ins, scheduling your posts. I love the inform and the inspire, building your relationships. So all amazing tips.
Was it in Jamaica where they said people don't want to buy from jerks? Or was that was that in Jamaica? I couldn't remember if it was there or Unite to Ignite, but like just be a fun, kind person. I mean, I'm not saying none of you are. I'm just saying, you have to make friends and build those relationships.
For sure.
It was Jamaica.
That was funny.
Thank you so much, Cindy.
You're welcome. I'm probably going to buzz out though, because I'm just going to
I just want to say something really quickly, Cindy, before you get off, and I can go next. But Cindy has an amazing relationship. That's why I wanted to say you do something very special. People, I think we think that the things that we do on a daily basis aren't that special because you're doing them all the time, but your relationship with your VIPs shows. Like she was in a mega party, and her VIPs came and they were like participating. They had them. It was amazing. They help each other out. She has created an atmosphere in that group that makes people want to be there and makes them want to stay there. And she has 24 Subbox subscriptions, right? Yeah.
I'm going to get a couple more this month.
You go, girl. Lip gloss all the way.
Yep.
So I just wanted to say that about it, because I think that we have to remember, we have to go back to looking at what we used to do to create those sales. So for a while, things started being where, people were coming to us and, we were overwhelmed with the amount of people that wanted to join the business during COVID because they couldn't get to the salon. So now it's getting back to the way it usually is in a direct sales business, where you have to kind of, as they say, do the fishing. So what I do for my sales, I do a lot of events. I I love events because I love just talking with people and getting out there, trying. I love that feeling when they try it on for the first time. So whether I am doing an event or whether I'm out going to the doctor's office, like I put a sample on a gal who had a broken nail at the security line in Disney going into the park. Debbie will appreciate that. We actually took a picture. She was like, oh my gosh, you saved me. And so I just gave her my card and like went on my day. I didn't like, it wasn't long. It was just a short thing, but I got it on her finger right then and there. I don't force the issue. Like Janice was saying, you have to like create those relationships like Cindy's doing in her VIP group. I try to have that. I try to be in there at least 2 or 3 times a day. I haven't gone live a lot. I've been sick on and off for quite a while and my lives have just kind of fallen through, but I need to get better at lives. But and plus I ramble, as you guys know. But I am very consistent. I do, when we have a new launch, I do emails. I do notifications in my group. I help out my team with graphics and stuff. I try to find graphics wherever I can to advertise it. I do reels to advertise those as well and put them in my stories. I also have a texting format that I got the idea from Emily. She uses Hit 'em Up. And so when you have people when I'm at an event, I get people right in my VIP group, if they're on Facebook, right then and there. I use my QR code and show them how they can use my different links. And I just kind of do it that way. And I show them, see, that link right there will get you into my VIP group, and they'll click on it and join right then and there. And if they don't have Facebook, I can send them text announcements of my sales and stuff. And because I always tell people, you want to be in my group because that's the only place I can offer my discounts and giveaways and things like that. And you can say that to people. So just kind of letting them know, I don't do the text announcements every day or even every week. I try to make sure that I'm not overpowering people. And I do not use the at everyone in my VIP group because you lose people that way. People get too many notifications. Yeah, they don't like it. So I try not to use that as often as I think some people do. Like I get things twice, well, at least once a day from this one group I'm in. And I'm like, oh, she wasn't a friend, I'd be leaving her group in a second. But yeah. So, I mean, just trying to remember, I try to give value where I can give value and make it very intentional about that. You're welcome, Gail, for the graphics. I don't know. I don't do anything special, but like I said, I'm just constantly aware of what's going on. You know, I am building bundles for my VIP groups right now. I just kind of posted today that because I have stock in my inventory, and I can do that. I told them, you know, if you don't want the specific ones that are in the bundle, I said, just pick out any 5 and you can get it for the $45 price. So I do different sales, as long as you have like a start and an end time to your sales. When you're doing sales, that's fine too. So, you know, like Cindy said, I don't do anything special, but I'm just consistent and intentional, like Janice said. Yep.
Darlene, what do you use for your texting?
I use Hit 'em Up. It's called, I'll put it in the chat.
Will you go back into, and also you said Hit 'em Up at the same time as you were talking about getting them in your VIP group at the right on the spot vending events. Yeah. So go back and explain that a little bit, maybe.
So I have a QR code that goes to my link tree. And so when I'm talking to people, I'm like, I always ask them first, you have someone that you regularly do Color Street with? And that also weeds out the people that might be a stylist that's trying to get an older set that they found, because I don't want other stylists in my VIP group. I let my stylists on my team in my VIP group, but I don't want other stylists in there because it's just not a good practice generally. You know, like I I can have other leaders in there that I know and trust. But anyway, so I get those people right in my VIP group right then and there. I just say, hey, if you want in there, just click on that join button. But when I'm showing them the Linktree links, I'm not specific about joining the group. I show them that if they use that QR code and to go to that link, they can find ways to, there's a video on how to use them, how to apply them. There's information about the opportunity. There's a lot of other information in there. And I have join Aunt Dar's community in there. And that's what goes to my Facebook. And they just click on it right then and there a lot of times. And I just let them in. I say, don't worry about answering the questions. I know you right here. And so I'll just, get them in right then and there. And then I always do a welcome post after my event's over. So after that weekend, I just say, hey, make sure you're asking questions. A lot of people here love to help each other and just trying to develop that community as a whole with everyone that's in there. So they do find value, not only with me, but with other people that are in there too. And we used to talk about pillars in your VIP group. Like things that you are really passionate about. So I talk about travel. I talk about my pets. I talk about Disney. I I really love to travel. So I talk about travel a lot and places to go and where I like to be. But I also do tips for nail care and things like that too. So as these new products come out, like you all said, we're learning them, and I try to be honest about it. Like I told people, especially I've been slow to kind of get on the mascara bandwagon as far as like selling it to people, because I had to wait for the waterproof to come out for me because I have watery eyes. And I told my VIPs, if for me to be sold on the mascara, it has to be good. And I was honest with them. If it's not good, I'm going to tell you. If I don't like it, I'm going to tell you. But there hasn't been one, excuse me, I've had a cold too. There hasn't been one makeup product that has come out that I haven't absolutely loved. They are making good quality products, and that's what I'm sharing with my VIPs. And I'm also sharing the fact that they are not putting out products if it's not something that's better than what's out there. Like we were told at a meeting that they're not doing makeup brushes. So like those kind of tools, if they can't do it better than what that's out there, they're not going to do it. Same thing with like press on nails. They're not going to do press on nails because that damages your nails. And it goes totally against what Mr. Park wants for nail health care. Unless he can find a glue that won't damage your nails. So I try to just, pump that stuff up about the company and stuff like that too. So anyway, I know I rambled again.
Thanks, Star. No, that was I love the QR tip. And again, the consistency, once again, hit them up. I mean, building relationships. You're hearing a lot of the same things in a sense, because it's what works, right?
Yeah, there's one other thing I do want to tell you. I do make it intentional to go and talk to like 5 different people that are in my VIP group. If I'm not seeing their posts, they're not seeing mine. So I go to their posts on their page and try to interact with them so that they are seeing stuff from me too.
Good idea.
And I do that daily. So
that's great. Thanks, Star. All right, Dana, I see your hand waving, those fingers waving.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it's the same thing. The thing that I do that helps my business is the consistency. I'm not tech savvy. I can't create my own graphics. I don't like going live, although I'm getting better at it. I don't even post enough probably on my personal page, but I build really good relationships in my VIP. Some days I think nobody's in there checking me out, and I'll go back and I'll check the activity log, and they're all seeing what I'm posting. So I have a small but a mighty group who have become friends with each other, who have now connected to each other outside of the group, which that's a good thing for me, and I like that. I don't know. I did more, where do my sales come from? Because after you build the relationships, then I do some things. I do something every week, since we are all saying the same thing. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse. I do something every Friday called a feature Friday. And I was not going to do it this last Friday. I give a deal, not a huge deal, like a $10 set, or I say it's $11 for one or $20 for two. And I throw in a scratch off card, or I might throw in a twosie. Every week it's something different. It's some, like when we got the lip balms, I did a little perk on the lip balms, or I did hand lotion, things that I see that they're not seeing, that they're not buying. Then I'd feature that on a Friday or a Saturday. I wasn't going to do it on Friday because we had 3 launches. I sold 8 sets on Friday with my feature Friday. So just little things like that. I'm trying to think.
I want to give you that.
And so for those of you that don't like to go live like I don't, my people even recognize me from the pictures of my family, the pillars, the things that I do. I've met people out in public who come up and say, I don't mean to bother you, but are you my nail lady? And, you know, they'll shake my hand. It's really, somebody did it to me in Costco just a few weeks ago. It was kind of crazy. So I think that's, oh, and for next month, you asked what we're doing next month. I am having an open house at my house and probably a little bit of stash stuff. I tried to get away from doing things, having a stash, but the company is so generous and we earn so much for free and my people like it. So I still do things from my stash. I do a little bit of what Dar does. If you don't see what you want, come to me and I'll help you get it. That kind of a thing. But consistency is key. I guess I didn't tell you this. My day is not the same every day. I'm a substitute teacher and a stay-at-home mom with a kid who's in a bazillion activities. So I don't know from day to day what my day will look like. I don't do a lot of scheduling because, like Cindy, it might change from this week to next week, or they might put out a launch. So I don't necessarily do a whole lot of posting ahead, maybe 3 or 4 days ahead, but that's it. And I am in my VIP at least 3 times a day. So.
Do you do the same types of posts? Like, do you do like a Manny Monday, Tips Tuesday, or do you do whatever?
Not always. The feature Friday is a non-negotiable. Like I said, I wasn't going to do it last week, and they came to me and asked me where it was, so I had to put it out. I occasionally do a Tip Tuesday. I do the monthly thing, you know, post your nails and get in the drawing. And I've started saying if you do a selfie or a product shout out, because there's a lot of people who are shy and don't want their faces out there or don't think they can take pictures of nails. So we do that. And sometimes on a Monday, if we don't have enough people in the drawing, I'll say, get an extra entry for doing it today. But I've really been pushing that. And today I had somebody post her own video of a package that I sent to her. I've stopped telling them everything that's coming. And I'll say, if you post a video, you'll get an extra entry in the drawing. So my people are becoming more active in my VIP. Something fun that I'm doing this month, and I did it last year in November, it's in the graphics group, because again, I don't make graphics. The daily gratitude journal. Gratitude is something that is really important to me. And when I was younger, you know, my 20s and 30s, I had to work on it a lot. So over the last few years, it's become really strong and powerful because now my kids are teens and 20s, and I have, you know, trying to teach them again about that. So we're doing that A to Z of graphics. Last year, I did it where every day they posted, they would get an entry, and it was too hard for me to keep track of. So this time, if I get 10 to 10, I think I did 15, 10 or 15 people each day that comments, then they get in a drawing. One day I gave, for A, I gave accent nails. Tomorrow I'm giving gratitude is everything twosies. And so every day it's just something little, and I'm having 20 to 30 people a day post on
That's
that.
great.
So yeah, and I have a small VIP. So
that's, how do you get new people in there, Dana?
I try for referrals whenever I'm out and sharing twosies or talking to people when I actually do go to work and things like that. I invite them there first. If they ask me a question, I say, come there like Dar does. That's the only place I can offer specials or deals, and I keep you updated there all of the time. So come join that and then give me your contact information and I'll send you a catalog or I'll send you whatever.
Good idea. Thanks, Dana. I like how you pivoted so easily for us and gave us some different ideas. So thank you so much. I love it all.
Thanks for letting me do it.
Yeah. Who's ready to start their Feature Friday?
Me.
You should.
I love it.
I'm telling, I've been doing it for about 1.5 years and it's fantastic. Some weeks I sell nothing and some weeks I sell a couple $100.
That's
and
awesome.
Then I go back in if it's not something that I have to order. Well, then if I don't have it, then I have to go in and order it. So I'm always getting sales that way.
That's great.
Thanks.
And if you have one thing on sale, odds are they might buy something else too. So is your Feature Friday out of your stash or is it from the website?
Sometimes both. For example, when Rose Ombre came out, I knew that was going to be a big hit and I didn't want it to run out. So I placed an order for 10 and said, I only have 10 sets of this. Sold all 10 sets. Another week, it might be, you can order this from me today through 9 o'clock. Once 9 o'clock hits, the deal is gone. I'll place the order and I usually bulk order. I'll give them free shipping and I'll bulk order it here. And then I'll send it to them with a note or a catalog from one of the other lines. So I'm always sneaking things into them.
Sure. That's awesome. Thanks, Dana.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Haley, you are not least. You are last, but you're not least.
Hi, guys. Okay, and hopefully I've been having, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've had to switch rooms multiple times because I have an elderly dog who is very finicky and it's bedtime and he is not used to the time change. So, okay, so I want to talk about the sales that I got in October, but also really focusing on the fact that I went all in for Unite to Ignite. I don't know if I got it yet, but I feel like in my heart, like if I didn't, then I don't know what else I could have done, right? Because I did everything I possibly could. And I want to start out by saying that this is the 3rd time I have tried to go for this trip, but I definitely want to preface that by saying that going for it this time, I realized that I was not all in the other 2 times. So even though I can say that I tried and my sales were higher than they'd been in like months, right? That helped me like overall, right? If I wasn't gunning for it and going for it, my sales wouldn't have been over $3,000 that they were both other times that I tried. But this time I was like, okay, like, what do I need to do? Nothing changes if you don't change, right? So what do I need to do to change what caused me to not be able to get it the last time? So a couple of things that I'll start with is everything these other ladies said, like amazing. And I do those things. I do many of those things and we all do them in different ways. But I do want to also say that like one of the biggest things that I had to change in order to go for this trip. And I'm going to share this. We still have 2 months left, you guys. So if there's anybody on this call who's like, I don't know if I want to go for this, it sounds really lofty. Like I'm tired, like I'm still recovering from last month. So it's definitely a hefty goal. But your mindset is everything. Like you have to literally go into it being like, this is happening. What do I need to do? And so here are all the things that I did. First of all, I had 13 subscription boxes. So that's something and that was actually on the low end. At one point I've had like 16 or 17, I think. So really like every month, right? That consistency of going for those subscription boxes and especially for December's, right? With that new lip gloss. Definitely don't sleep on that because that is something, especially if you want to try to go for this trip in December, right? Those December subscription boxes can help you a ton with that. So, you start the beginning of the month. I think I started at, over $400 or something like that. I don't remember the exact math, but, so that's like a really great way to start out, right? I went back and looked and it's like, okay, I had a mix of like, I did a fundraiser, right? I tried to think of like, okay, again, from like a place of service, like I want this trip, but I can't come at it with what I steal this from Colleen Nichols and say, you don't want to have commission breath. Like you don't want people to know, like, everything that she's offering us this month is just because of this trip. Now, my biggest thing though is that I did tell people what I was trying to do. But I tried to make it as low pressure, but also like funny. Like I went and got a hairnet, you guys. I went and got a hairnet and I put a hairnet on because you wear a hairnet when you go on the trip. And I was using the hashtag hairnet goals the entire month of October. I went live and talked about my hairnet goals. I mean, I really tried to make it like silly and funny, but like at the same time, like dead serious. Like I want to wear the flipping hairnet. Okay. So I really went into it with that mindset of being like, I want to spoil you because none of this would be possible without you. And if you want to like be able to kind of go along virtually with me and get to see this and all the stuff, right? Then I want to be able to spoil you and give back to you this month. So I had a mystery host going. So if you've never done a mystery host, I'm sure reaching out to one of your uplines will give you, you can get more better, or if you want to reach out to me, I can definitely share the verbiage that I use, but you're essentially opening up a shopping link where everyone ordering from the link gets into a drawing to win the rewards. My mystery host is the largest it's ever been. It was almost $1,600. So $1,600 of that came from just a mystery host. I sold $830 worth of polish and makeup and things just from my stash. I took things that I had and I bundled them. I bundled mascaras. Like I did like sales. I did a livestock sale. And these are things that I typically wouldn't do. So if you're doing this already on a regular basis, then your group is used to it, right? Which is another reason why to be careful about doing these things so that your group's not used to it. My group is not used to it. I'm like you order on the website kind of girl. I hardly ever do anything with stock. So the fact that I did a lot with stock this past month, that was a lot of it. A good like $350 worth of sales came from on the very last day of September. I had a fall open house and I sold $350 worth of stuff in person. And then I went into October and placed a replenishment order in October. So that event set me up, for some good sales in there as well. So all of these things, right? Like I tried a 20-minute messenger party. I was like, okay, and shout out to Bethany Eastep for introducing me to that and sharing stuff and all the resources. It didn't do the best. It was my first one. It did about $100, but I was like, okay, that's $100 that I didn't have before. Right. So I just tried so many different things. I did something super vulnerable and I posted about it on my personal page. I had never done something like that before where I just like this super heartfelt post. And it got a lot of good, positive attention. I've had multiple customers reaching out to me being like, did you get it? Did you get it? Like they really were invested. My VIP group was pretty invested in it. Sorry, that's my dog clawing around my office. So, all of those things to say that it wasn't just like one, certain thing that I did. And honestly, this was the month that I had probably the least amount of parties that I've had in a while. So parties are usually what gets me there. But I will say that what was huge this month though was that BOGO sale. And so I really use this, I think about thinking back to Janice of saying how you want to serve others, right? And it's not what's in it for you, right? I know that in the back of my head, right? It's like, I want this trip, right? But I'm like, no, I don't want people to miss out on a BOGO sale. So when I'm personally reaching out to them, that is from a place of service. And I did it in such a way, I did not bring up anything about the trip when I personally messaged people. I messaged them and said, hey, I don't know if you saw this, but we have an amazing BOGO special right now. Let me know if you're interested. I just didn't want you to miss out, right? And I think I said, let me know if you'd like the link and I'll send it over. I don't even send links when I personally message because to me, and some people do, and that's whatever you are comfortable with. But for me personally, I don't send links when I do that initial message. I want them to engage with me and I want them to say, yes, I'm interested. Thanks for thinking of me. Send me the link. And I certainly had people who did that. Another thing I did too is that when they announced, and so this is an idea for our new winter collection, when they announced the holiday line, I posted them and said, comment your favorite one. I'm going to pull 2 people to win their favorite holiday shade, but comment your favorite holiday shade. I had 43 people comment on this post. I messaged every single one of them individually, the ones who didn't win, and said, hey, I'm so sorry you didn't win, but here's your consolation prize. If you want to place an order by the end of the month, I will waive your shipping fee. So that was something that obviously, like, you know, if you're not gunning for a huge goal, like maybe you wouldn't offer that to 43 people. But honestly, I really only probably had like a handful of people actually from that group, you know, do the free shipping. So just something to think about of no matter what you're doing, whether you're going for a certain goal or not, or just your regular, you know, how can you engage with your VIP group, but at the same time be able to offer them something in a personal message, right? And coming from that landscape of, I don't want you to miss out. I don't want you to, you know, and I did have someone message me the day after and want the fall edit sets. And I was like, and I didn't message her. She was like one of the few people I didn't message, and she missed out on the fall edit BOGO sale. And so I was like, oh, darn it. Like I could have messaged her and she could have gotten that. And then I felt bad, right? That I, you know, that I didn't provide that service of messaging. So I personally messaged probably close to at least 100 people this in the month of October. So obviously that takes into account that I've been doing this for almost 6 years. My clientele is, you know, is pretty large from doing parties. So even though I didn't have, you know, I was asking for parties, but even though I didn't really have very many people interested in parties, I was able to personally message people to offer them. So you can think about, you know, we have these bundles, right? Personally messaging your clientele or people in your VIP group who've been quiet and saying, I didn't want you to miss out on these bundles because they're starting to sell out. You know, they've got a couple that have sold out. So you could say they're starting to sell out. I don't want you to miss out. I just, you know, let me know if you're interested and I'll send you over the shopping link. Let me know if I can grab you anything. Make sure you have that call to action in your message. And shoot, there was one more thing that just came to me a second ago of something that I did, and now I can't remember it. So, anyway, that was a lot, and I probably forgot some stuff, but that was just kind of like what was in my head of things that I tried, but I definitely like went all out. So whatever goal you have for yourself, whether it's earning Unite to Ignite or earning Cabo, earning that second level, earning anything, like you got to start with that mindset. And then there is just think about, right, what are different things that you can do that you haven't done before, and try those things and see how they go.
Haley, I'm listening to, I mean, your sales were over 5,000. It was awesome. And look at all the things you did. So you tried like every avenue. You didn't give up. I mean, you just gave us what some people might try one of those things in a month.
Yeah.
So in all of them were successful for you in some amount. If you have one sale, it's a success, right? Or get a new customer. So I'm super impressed at all the different things you were able to try. And I don't know about everyone on here. I loved hearing all the different ways because it reminds us it's not just parties. It's not just your VIP group. There are so many different ways you can go about getting sales.
Yeah.
And you
can I share?
Did every single one.
Yes. And I just thought of 2 other things that I just wanted to share quickly. Is one, that when you're going for a goal, you're going to have negative talk in your head all the time. Like there's going to be like, and I imagined this, like I kid you not, like I imagined myself taking my hands and physically pushing away negative thoughts. So anytime I had a negative thought come into my head, right, which was just like, oh my gosh, I'm not where I want to be by the month. Because I had a tracker and I was tracking where I wanted to be at every part of the month, which is something I hadn't done before. Or when I, you know, anytime somebody said no, or I didn't hear back, or whatever, right? Like I just visualized taking those negative thoughts and pushing them away. And that's what got me through, because I think a lot of going for a goal, whatever goal that might be in whatever area of your life, right? Not even just Color Street, but we allow a lot of negative self-talk in our heads, and like you just can't have that. Like you physically have to remove it from your head, or give yourself a minute, get it out, and then be like, okay, I'm done, I'm moving on. Like, and honestly, I had to do that so many times. So like I said, like even if, let's say I didn't earn it, like I reached the goal that I had set for myself, and there was nothing else that I felt like I left everything out on the table. So, just something to think about as far as, and any aspect in your life, I think that is so helpful to do.
I love it, Haley. You always have such good motivational advice. So thank you.
And
Thank you. Thank you to Dana, who's still on, and Haley.
yeah.
I think Dar's still here. I know the other two had to get off. Thank you for sharing your tips and tricks of what made you guys in the top 5 this month, and have all of you over $2,600 or more this month, which is incredible. Or last month, I should say. I know it's getting late. We have about 9 minutes till 9 o'clock. Amanda was going to go over it. If anyone wants to go, if you already get it, you can hang up. But Amanda was going to go over the big changes with the Road to Gold and the Jump Start. You were not?
No, I was just gonna talk about some new products and how to reach out.
Oh, you were doing new products. Was it Dina doing?
I don't want to talk about that. I don't have everything down, so I hate speaking to things I don't know by heart.
All right. So, but before that, I challenge you guys to consider what everybody has said here. I challenge you to evaluate where you are with your VIP group, with your business. Take these new bundles and stocking stuffers and all this great stuff that we have, the Black Friday things that we'll have. And I challenge you to try at least one new thing with your customers, at least one new way to reach out. Or is it you're going to be more consistent? Is it you're going to add Feature Friday? Is, you're going to be in your VIP group every day? I challenge you to look at that and see how you can improve your VIP group or your connections with customers. Just in case some of you have to hang up, I want to give you our goal for what you guys want to work on this month. All right, so that is your homework assignment for the month. All right, now Amanda, let's hear about all those new things.
Yeah, no, I mean, this kind of goes along with it. I'm not going to list out all of the new, products that are on the website. Obviously, if you're on here, chances are you've checked out the bundles. If you're watching this on replay and you haven't, please do so. But there's all kinds of new products. Obviously, we've got the match, top coat, the plumping top coat. Those are things I know I've used personally with OPI and other brands. And I've shared that. And like, Janice was saying earlier, and Dar mentioned it too, like when we haven't tried the products, I do like to try the products first before sharing out. So that was a little bit of hesitation. There was so much. While it was very exciting on the announcements Wednesday, I was very overwhelmed because I did not have a lot of time in my days before Friday to even share. And I very much like to tease things out. I like to ask questions. I like to do polls. I like to do posts that get interaction where I can go back and personally message. And I know all of the top sellers had mentioned that, is that interaction, the consistency with interaction. And you have to, dumping the 10 graphics of the stocking stuffers or the bundles, like that is not going to work for sales. I knew it wasn't going to work for me. I shared them because customers get emails and customers are in other groups and they see it on other pages. So I always hesitate not sharing things sometimes, but I really didn't make a big deal out of it. But I did do a poll, about, would you wish your nails were stronger, or, with winter coming, who else battles, dry cuticles and dry hands, and who loves that salon finish and really wants to get that from home. And, so I did that, and I've already gone back and messaged those people and said, hey, I don't know if you know, but we just got a ridge filler. So one of them was the ridges in their nails. That was one of the options. So I kind of went by what they selected. I did a giveaway for them to select in the poll. But I messaged and said, hey, thanks, Debbie, for, sharing your opinion. I just wanted to reach out and let you know that you had mentioned ridges had been an issue, and we finally have a ridge filler. It's not something that I'll be trying. I'll try it as a base coat, but I don't have ridges. So it's going to be hard for me. Now, it may still give us a smoother finish. I don't really have issues like that, but I will try it, but I'm not going to use it for the same purpose that they are. So, I said the price point's great, especially the local people. I offered to order it for them because the shipping is a lot. And so I'm trying to offer, some extra things for the people that I can get it locally and kind of get it to them. But it is all about the interaction, about the stocking stuffers. reaching out to people maybe that you haven't connected with in a while, or maybe that is not wearing the polish anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I zoom in on a lot of pictures on people's nails if I see them on Facebook, and I see, or I know that they haven't ordered from me, and I know they may be going to the salon, or so those people those are the people I'm going to reach out to and let them know, hey, I don't know if you've checked out Color Street in a while, although, dry nail polish is our go-to product. I don't know if you've been able to check out or have, seen, or whatever verbiage you want to use, that we now offer makeup. We've got mascara. We have a tinted lip balm that's been very popular and great, especially for the winter months. I'm not going to list them all, but I may ask them if they're interested in hearing more about some of the new products that we have. I'm offering some bundles this season, or there's some, great $25 price point for a couple little items that you can put together. Just sharing that information. Think about it before you message, but reaching out to those people maybe that aren't your regular Color Street nail polish buyers. That's who you may have success with. People that have stayed in your group. Hey, I know you've been in my group for a long time. I really appreciate your support. I just wanted to make sure that you saw we've got some really great bundles for people that, even go to the nail salon, that, we've got some other products that I'd love to share, or, whatever your words are. But think about those people too. And while you may not want to plan, for me, I'm not a great planner either, but November is a month that I do plan. So I do think it's a good idea to at least think about some things that you want to do. So like if you want to incorporate a Friday spotlight, think about what might you want to do in the next couple of weeks. And just start to kind of plan it. It was just kind of what I wanted to share. And like I said, I was going to go over some of the products, but we're limited on time here. And I think you guys are aware of those new things that have launched. So go through. There's even things on the website I feel like I found when I was going back over it. So be sure you're checking all the tabs and seeing what we've got, and definitely reaching out to share. So Debbie, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Amanda. All, again, great points. And yeah, I mean, we have so many ways with all the stuff everyone's talked about. Like Amanda said, it's a great time to hone in on new people for different reasons. Who was it that said, with Dana, was it you? Someone who hadn't bought from them, and then they bought the makeup, like they've never bought the nails. Someone used that example. I can't remember which one of you guys, Cindy but it's true. Who was it? Cindy?
I think Cindy did. She was talking about some of the.
Yeah. So, if you put out the new things to other people, they may not have bought the nails, but it doesn't mean all this other stuff does not appeal to them. So it's and we know it's gift giving season. So we know they're going to spend their money somewhere. They're ready to spend. So let them spend it with you. Maybe it was Dina. Were you the one you were going to talk about?
The road to gold.
Yes. All right. Okay, so we'll go over those two and then we'll hang up, guys.
Yes.
Thanks for hanging in there.
Really fast. I wasn't sure about all this, and I went back and rewatched last week's great big announcement on November 1st. So that is always fun to do, to kind of just refresh on that. We have an amazing Jumpstart program, and this is to help with our new enrolling starter kit and all that they've offered to help people with enrolling. This fits in nicely that they've enhanced our Jumpstart program so we can help our new stylists jumpstart their business. And so it's about selling and enrolling. So there's a really nice piece right now. And so for a new stylist, if they enroll 2 people in their Jumpstart period and they're qualified, that's $150 in PV, they will earn $50 in US or $68 Canadian, and that's unlimited. So let's say they enrolled 10 people, they would earn an additional $250. So that is super exciting, because I know when we all joined Color Street years ago, we heard a lot about enroll 2 every month. And so, and again, this is unlimited, plus with the digital join, the starter kit, the product credit, the PV coming back. There are so many exciting ways to get people pumped about enrolling. It's the perfect time to join with this, especially. Then if they hit Gold Stylist. So just a refresher, Gold Stylist means 300 in PV, 1,500 in GV, and one qualified stylist leg. So 300 PV, 1,500 GV, and one qualified stylist leg, which is so doable with the enrolling special and the jumpstart for enrolling as well. Okay, so if they hit Gold Stylist in their jumpstart period, they're going to get 150 US dollars as a bonus, or 203 Canadian dollars as a bonus, plus the additional rank promotion bonus that corporate is offering. So that is absolutely incredible. And then the jumpstart period has changed. Previously it was month 1, month 2, month 3. Now, let's say somebody joins in November. That November join month plus December, that following month, is their month 1. Then their January would be month 2 and February would be month 3. So that's given them additional time to hit those promotions. So it's the month they joined plus that following month. So that's the new piece, which is so cool. And then really quickly, there's now the road to gold. So a lot of people are out of their jumpstart period, but corporate is giving them the chance to earn these same incentives that those in the jumpstart period are earning. So the road to gold is hitting the Gold Stylist. This is for anybody who's never, ever hit Gold Stylist. They are eligible. And it's November 1st. So it started last week and it goes through February 28th. It's a 4-month promotion. And it's basically all of the same jumpstarts that we just talked about. So if anybody who's never hit Gold Stylist, they enroll 2 qualified stylists, they will earn the 50 US dollars or the 68 Canadian with the match for their enroller. And if they promote, they will earn that rank bonus as well, which is 150 US, 203 Canadian, on top of the amazing everything else that they're offering. So the road to gold is Gold Stylist. And then our jumpstart is also encouraging that. So the big excitement is rolling. The power of 2 is kind of where it's all at. So that's just touching on it just briefly. Maybe if anyone else has
it's incredible. The additions are incredible. And it's going to be so much easier now to keep track of jumpstart.
Yes.
That it won't be like someone ends on the 10th and the 15th. Now it's the end of a month. And I love that we get that. Like if someone signs up November 3rd, they have that whole month plus another month to sell $500. I mean, that's amazing.
And a question.
Yeah.
If you had somebody join like September or October and they're still in their jumpstart period, they are with the previous jumpstart plan.
Yes. It's November 1st on for the new one. Yeah. So that is a very important question for anyone who's signed up before that.
And even if somebody's like, how can I enroll? I just joined. That's where the entire team, like all of this support, will help you and your new stylist. We don't expect people to know it right off the bat and have everything memorized, ready to help a new stylist. Your upline, your sideline, this entire Beautifully Polished team is here to support. And corporate does so much for new stylists. So people can enroll right away, like immediately.
Yeah. And that's been, you know, I think from the beginning of time, people have always thought, how can I do it? But
yes.
That is why we're, like you said, we're here. Corporate offers so much for new people. If you have a stylist who is talking to somebody, you can always get on the phone with them or have a leader get on the phone with that new person and talk to them before signing up. And then again, after. As leaders, we're more than happy to help talk to anybody that, you know, that is new, because we don't expect a new, if Color Street didn't think a new person could enroll somebody, they wouldn't be using it as an incentive, right? But they know that this is a business that can work. So that is what our job as leaders, you know, as leaders, we're getting paid from anybody who has enrolled a team member is getting paid from team members, right? So I look at it that it's my job to be helping people because I'm getting paid from people, you know, selling things. So you should never feel bad if you have to go to your upline and ask your uplines, you know, to help you if you want to have a conversation with somebody, because you won't be able to answer. I mean, sometimes we can't even answer everything because things change a lot. So we'll do the best we can.
Right. Yeah, exactly. If you're newer and you enroll somebody, a friend, a coworker, you know, a neighbor, and you learn together and you're working it together, it's really nice to have that support. Support.
And it's fun. That's why they encourage, you know, grab a couple friends and sign up and do it together. Who doesn't want to build a business together?
Yeah.
So if they didn't think it was possible, it wouldn't be something that they promote from day one.
Good point. That's so true.
I mean, trust me, anyone that was here from the first day we opened, we all just jumped in with no direction. It was like swimming in a pool. So, yeah. So we all get it figured out.
Yeah. So true.
All right, you guys, it is 9:07. So I want to get you guys off so you can go enjoy the rest of your evening. And thank you for hopping on this month. Thank you, Dina, for sharing, and Amanda. And then our other people, Dana and Dar, and I think Haley's gone now. I know it's a school night. So thank you. I hope this helped you guys. And I can't wait to hear what you're going to do different this month with your team members, or not team members, your VIPs or your customers. And again, take advantage. They're great prices. And when you are telling people with conviction, if you know the difference in the pricing, you know, it really is. You have something to offer them, because we're giving them very good products for great bundle prices this month.
So true.
But they're while supplies last. So don't let them wait too long. All right. Everyone have a great night.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.